distributed by G Fuel LLC. This one was Hauppauge, New York, which is also on Long Island. The other one was West Babylon, both on Long Island, so it's interesting. So G Fuel, I guess, I don't know, they have a lot of distributors there. I don't know if it originated from there. I've talked about this before, I think. But I saw this one and grabbed it. So, I haven't been finding a lot of... I didn't find any. I've not... I mean, I checked Walmart. I checked the Dollar Tree. I was somewhere else, too, that I checked, and I can't remember where it was. It was, Food Lion. I was looking... I can't find these Beetlejuice Fantas that they made. It's a strong cherry taste, but it tastes like a diet cherry soda. This one's a little... It does taste like cherries. But this is Pac-Man, obviously. You've got the good old Pac-Man there. Apparently the two ghosts here are endurance and reaction. Pac-Man's focus, and the power pellet is energy. This one's just meh. I'm not taking this one too much. I'm not a... I like a cherry Coke and some cherry flavored sodas, but they probably put more of the artificial shit in there. This tastes more. It's a cherry. It's a diet cherry taste. I don't necessarily like a diet cherry taste outside of. I want to say it was Cherry Coke Zero. It tasted very close to Cherry Coke. But in fact, this is more what cherry actually tastes like. Although this is pumped in with plenty of additives too. This is a 41 out of 100 on Yuka. I'm gonna go a 6 on this one. It's just kind of okay. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. It's not terrible. It's drinkable, but it just tastes like diet cherry soda. But I will keep sipping on that while I ramble here a bit. I have not, well, I'm filming this Monday. I don't know when it's going up. It could be on the weekend for all I know. But I want to say thanks to everybody who commented on the Burger King video. Everybody who commented, but the people who also commented saying they really couldn't even really notice the washing machine unless they had their volume up. So thank you for that feedback on that, because it's hard for me, and people tell me this. I've been told this a lot, you know. I stress too much about those outside sounds, especially something like the washing machine. It's like I can hear it, and it does distract me, and I start to get annoyed. But I gotta understand, it's not affecting the video. This isn't like a loud car comes screeching down the road or something crazy like that, where it's a much obvious sound that's kind of jolting. I always get stressed with the sounds because I'm like, oh no, it's gonna ruin the video. People are gonna get pissed, but no one ever does. But I need to try to learn to not sweat the lower level sounds. And that video's doing real well, which is nice to see. All of those, I mean, this is a thing anyway. It's not like it's something new. All of these Dude, I was looking back because I've done a decent amount recently. The McDonald's request that I got did like 10,000 views in, I don't know how long it's been, a little over 2 months maybe. All the other ones, like the Wendy's one's over 3,000, Subway's over 3,000. This Burger King one is well on its way to 3,000. What other ones have I done recently? Arby's did 3,000, KFC's done over 3. So I'm like, okay, people really seem to like the eating videos of these kind of known places. I've done them in the past before I generated more subs, and they always did do pretty well. So I need to kind of, admittedly, I don't like spending that kind of money on fast food. But then I look at it and I say, well, the ad revenue will probably pay for the food anyway, so off the video. But you guys seem to really like them, so I'm not going to be eating fast food twice a week for videos or anything like that, but maybe put up like 3 a month or something. Kind of like which, this would have been my second, I guess. KFC was the other one, right? That was this month. No, that was Arby's. I think KFC might have been the end of August, so, right, That's a funny thing with ASMR. Things change. Like I notice this when I put up these role plays now. And I enjoy the shit out of doing the role plays, but they don't view like they used to view for me. Like people, like the barbershop one, the barbershop ones back in the day when I did them, back in 5-6 years ago, would shoot out of the gate, and then over time slow down. Now when I do them, they're slow at first, and then they actually have kind of staying power. Their views generate well over time. Shady videos are always all over the place. Some view extremely well, others do nothing. Reading videos do nothing. But that's not saying I'm not doing those videos. It's just when I do those videos, I have to be like, okay, this could be a 2-video day. But it's funny, just because I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, it's kind of funny over time because you see it as a content creator. How videos that viewed 5 years ago extremely well all of a sudden are now replaced. All of a sudden eating videos are doing well. The drink review is doing well. Here, it's not doing well anymore. These role plays do great. But now they don't do as well, Video game stuff is the one kind of steady one, no matter what era, whatever year it's been, that I've put it up. Those seem to do, always do well. But like I said, I'm not leaning into eating fast food 3 or 4 times a week. Not at this point in my life. No. Like I said, you go into whatever the road is, I don't even know the name. East Dixie Drive, maybe it's called. I don't know why I don't know that. Well, you go down that road, that's where the Mickey's is. It's Mickey's, BK's, Arby's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Bojangles. This place, Dairy Q, which we want to try. There's a Dixie Express, I believe, which I think is more like I don't know if that's a chain, or if it's just a thing here, kind of like All American in Massapequa. There is a bunch of other ones. There's Hardee's, Subway, Jimmy John's, Firehouse Subs, Chick-fil-A, Tropical Smoothie Cookout, Dairy Queen. And that's just kind of the fast food, quick places. This is in like a mile radius. And then there is a Chili's, there's an IHOP, Golden Corral, this place Kickback Jack's, I think it's called. There's the Sir Pizza. This place America's Roadhouse. bunch of other restaurants too floating around. Like sit down, traditional sit down place, no drive through. It's pretty wild. Not even Long Island had that many fast food places concentrated into like a mile radius. There are shit tons of fast food places on Long Island. It's almost endless, but I feel like here it was crazy when we first saw it. I was like, oh my god, it was like literally consecutive. It's McDonald's. No, sorry, McDonald's, then Lowe's is there. Oh, I forgot about Biscuitville. It goes Biscuitville, Dixie Express, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Bojangles, Arby's, and then Dairy Q. I want to say all 7 of those are right next to each other. I'd never seen that before. I'm like, well, there's no shortage of selection here. I want to try the Dairy Q. I want to try Dixie Express. I had Bojangles. Obviously, Arby's and Taco Bell I've had, and Wendy's and McDonald's, Burger King. Burger King's on the other side, so they're not. That's opposite of McDonald's. And then they duplicate, because then you get further down the road by the mall, and there's another Wendy's, another Taco Bell. The Chick-fil-A is down by the Walmart. And then Dairy Q and Hardee's are a little bit further, like after that set of, after the high school. I think there's a high school there, and then Hardee's I want to try. I don't think I've ever had Hardee's. Dairy Queen I've had, but not in a long time. Jimmy John's, another one I've never had. Firehouse Subs is pretty good. Oh, there's also the Pizza Inn down by Walmart. And then Chili's is over there too. There's a place called Golden Waffle, Huddle House. So there's a Waffle House as well. There's Dunkin' Donuts. I want to try the Dairy Q and the Dixie Express for sure. And Cookout was good. We had Cookout. That was I like that from what we had. That was a little while back. We had that. But yeah. And then you have regular restaurants, but then if you go into like the town itself, the old part, there's a lot of good restaurants in there. That's where the Times Square Pizza is too. That's Taco Loco is a really good place. This place, the table, is really good. What's this place called? Is it the Black Lantern or something? We want to try that. That sounded interesting. I think it was called Black Powder Smokehouse or something. We want to try that. This place, was it called Hamilton's Steakhouse? That was pretty good. We had that. I'm trying to think if there's... Oh, there's a Pizza Hut too. By the mall. There's another McDonald's over by the mall too. And then there's a Chick-fil-A in the mall. And a couple other places in the mall. I want to say they're building a... What's the 4th sub place? Jersey Mike's. I think there's a Chipotle over there too. That's where that, it's over there. It's in the mall. You go up in the mall part. I'll just call it the mall part. That's where we went to that. That's where Big Lots is. And, looking at some Big Lots, Marshalls, Hobby Lobby. That's where the Creative Creamery is. This ice cream place we went to. We got these sweet shakes. I put a picture of them. Put a picture of one of them on Instagram. This is like last week or something. 2 weeks ago maybe now. Really good. I got a s'more stuffed shake. It's really good. Really bad, but really good. saw Beetlejuice. It was alright. It's not as good as the first one. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. They throw in a new villain. Well, Beetlejuice is still a villain, but another one. I don't even know why. Spoilers here. It's like backstory to like Beetlejuice when he was alive and this woman he married. I was like, I don't know why she was even like I didn't understand the point of her being thrown in. Because that's kind of like happening on the side. Like they make a big deal out of it first, and then it pivots to Lydia Dietz, Winona Ryder's character's child. It was Jenna Ortega. Something happens to her. It moves towards that, and then kind of avoids that. Then that comes back. It was still cool, but I don't know. I feel like something was almost missing from it. Yeah, that's cool. But they didn't have Jeffrey Jones in there. He's there in like clay form. They show how he gets killed. He gets like bit by a shark, and then he's in like afterlife, and it's just his half body, and it's not his voice because he got into a bunch of trouble back in the early 2000s, and he's just blacklisted for good reason. I think he got in trouble back then, and then again a couple years later. I can't remember. But Catherine O'Hara's back. Obviously, Michael Keaton's back. Beetlejuice and Winona Ryder are back. Willem Dafoe's in there for a little bit. It was still cool, and I always like what they did with the other side, whatever you call it, the other side and stuff, the afterlife, how they did things and stuff like that, and how it looked. Tim Burton's always good, even if his movies aren't great. Some of them, he has the art style. A lot of stuff is cool and has a cool look to it. It was still cool, and it's making good money. I think they said it had like $100 million budget, and I think it's done like 250, 300 worldwide in 2 weeks. So can't find those fonts around here though. I think there's 3 of them. People are saying, but I can't find them. Did you watch anything else? Oh, we gotta finish that show, Bad Monkey. I think there's maybe 1 episode left. I like that show. It's a good show. If you're not into Vince Vaughn's style, you're probably not gonna like it. But if you kind of like that style and how he acts in these kind of things, it's a pretty good show. The story's cool too. It's not just, it doesn't live or die by him, but it's classic Vince Vaughn. Motor mouth and stuff. Everybody's pointing it out and getting pissed at him. Haven't gotten any cards in a couple of weeks now. I didn't do the haul because I did the Burger King on Sunday. I did the Burger King video. I did 2 videos on Sunday. I had filmed the Burger King video. I was like, I'm going to put it up Monday. I was like, you know what? I want to put it up now. That's my problem too. I'll film like 3 videos in a day, and I'm like, that video's not performing how I want it to. I want to get a second. Like, if the video's filmed, it's like I almost want to just get it up. Like, I feel like it's just sitting there doing nothing. Like, no. And I've always been like that. Even going back to my old channel back in 2009, 10, 11, whatever. But if I had something filmed, I want to upload it. At least that day. It's hard for me to hold on to these videos. I almost have to schedule them and have them ready to go and upload them and have them written scheduled. So I'm not like, I need to get it up now. So I don't know, by the time this video actually goes up, could be maybe 4 or 5 days from the day I'm filming it, the 16th. It depends on how I want to schedule the videos and put them up, because I want to do the grocery. I can't say that because this is going to go up after those. I would have filmed the grocery store roleplay that would have been put up further. You would have seen the second NFL recap. So it's hard. You can't do that. 2 should be out, by the time this video goes up. Probably like 3 weeks. No. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. They put out that hour-long thing I think I mentioned in another video. And, it looks alright. I mean, from what I saw, I was like, okay. Once again, it's played because you're seeing a lot of different people on YouTube. It's like, you try to find the people that are more level-headed, and they're just like, okay, I like this. This wasn't my thing. This was cool. Some people are just like, it's a piece of shit. Other people, it's the greatest thing. I don't like to lean towards both those sides. I will listen to them, but I like when someone's a little more, almost, they're not letting any of their feelings for the game get through, whether good or bad. They're kind of analyzing it. Maybe they like the game, but they're analyzing things and say, okay, this, I like that better. Because like I said, for a split second, I was like, I should maybe cancel my pre-order. And I was like, no, I'm getting it, and I'm playing it. I can tell you right now, I don't think I'm going to hate it. I really don't think I'm going to hate it. I've seen enough of it to be like, I'm not going to hate this game. Now, I also don't think it's going to live up to the original. I just don't, because the original is a masterpiece. In survival horror, from story standpoint alone, it is. The combat isn't good, but it's almost not meant to be because you're a freaking regular dude. You don't have any special abilities. You're not somebody from Resident Evil kicking ass. So the kind of crappy combat plays into it, and it works in its favor. Now I know they did some stuff with the combat, but you just have to have faith that the team making it, the blooper team, is gonna do it right as well as they can, without differing drastically. Resident Evil 3 did that, and I liked Resident Evil 3 remake, but they cut stuff out and turned it almost into a straight. It's legitimately like a straight action movie. I still liked it, but it doesn't come close to the 2 remake or the 4 remake. Not even close. I think out of 2, 3, and 4, 2 is still probably my favorite of the remakes. 4 is close to 2 for me. And like I said, I liked 3. It isn't anywhere near those other 2. And if you want to count the original remakes, the original remake from the GameCube, of the original one from PlayStation, that's still a great one too, even though, you still had the primitive tank controls and you couldn't move while shooting back then. That was still a fantastic remake for the time. I talked about the Dead Space remake. I didn't hate it, but I don't know. They almost didn't do anything differently in that one for me. And like I said, when I first played Dead Space, I loved it. And I wasn't ready to harp on the flaws. I feel like the remake had the same problems, but it's just now like, I'm playing it again and now I'm annoyed. Because it's not new. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt because it's newer. I'm overlooking it. What other remakes are there? I do want to get the Dead Rising. Whatever they're calling it, demastered, looks pretty good. And I love Dead Rising. I think that comes out soon. I think that one's only $50, which is always nice. And that looks more like a remake because it looks graphically a decent amount better. You're also going from 360 to, you're going 2 generations. And there's the Last of Us remake I still gotta get, which is only going 1 generation. No, wait, 2. Sorry, I keep forgetting the Last of Us actually came out on the PS3 and looked ridiculously good. And then they did the remastered. But I heard it's like the same game. It just looks better. There might be some little tweaks to the combat or something. And I had just played the remastered version only, I think, in early 23. So I'm not really in the mood to play that story again so soon after. just because they were pumping out those freaking up-res remasters like every 5 minutes. I feel like every game got one. There were so many like Rogue Trooper, random games. Was that what it was called? Like strange games where you're like, why? Bulletstorm got one, I think. That was actually a pretty cool game. I did it with Gears of War, the first one, I think, had one on the Xbox One. Sleeping Dogs has one. There's so many games have them. It's almost like, oh my god, like, and The Last of Us got one. And then The Last of Us 2 got one. GTA 5 had 15 releases. Elder Scrolls Skyrim had a bunch of releases. And it's just kind of like, whatever, dude. At least with I like the full remakes of games from, you go PS2 and even a little further back than that. You're like, yeah, I like that, and, or whatever. That one I had to stop. That was a loud truck. That is not a noise that people aren't gonna really kind of know. Loud, oh, that GoldenEye Reload is essentially a remake and a good one. I will continue to share my disappointment in that. I won't dedicate videos to it, but I will bring it up in passing. What else remakes have they made? I don't know. I'm looking, there's a ton more, I'm just not seeing them. It's funny just looking over at the game shelf. Like, oh, did they remake that? Was that a remake? Link's Awakening was a remake, and they did that really well. When you're going and remaking a game like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, which was PS2 era, so not 3 generation. Well, it came out on the PS4 too, but let's say 3 generations. It's a lot different. Like me, I'm like, okay, wow, alright. Because then the graphical upgrade's going to be massive anyway when you go from PlayStation 1 hardware to PS4, PS5 hardware, Xbox One, whatever. They're doing it with Until Dawn has another one coming out, which is nuts that that's been 10 years. Right? No, it was Until Dawn 2015 or 2014, I don't know. I don't mind it, especially if it's a game I want to see remade. Because I remember somebody sent me this on Instagram a while back. I'm pretty sure this actually happened. I didn't dream this. The Thing video game's apparently getting a remaster at some point, which I'd be for. I don't think that's a straight up remake though. I'd still be down for that. Oh, it's a great freaking game. It's an underrated game. I'm surprised companies don't, especially like franchises that have been untouched, like we talked about the GTA, like a State of Emergency or a Smuggler's Run or a Condemned or a Stuntman. They're not, I don't know, I'm clamoring for them, but a lot of people aren't. You could like throw a cheap remaster and just see how people react to it, right? And be like, oh shit. It's just like anything else. If it doesn't sell well enough, you're never gonna get another one. Maybe you'll get a second one, but the Master Chief Collection, I forgot Halo and Halo 2 both got them. The Halo redo was a good remake. Because that was better than a remaster too. I'm pretty sure they did it with 2 in the Master Chief Collection. But then the other ones I just were up-resed, I think, like Reach and ODST and 3. And Like even Persona 4 Golden, Persona 4, well, Persona 4 was on the PS2, and then they put it on the Vita, and now it's on all the consoles, I believe, to download. That's another one that got a bunch of releases. And that game came out in 2008. For the PS2, you're talking 2 years into the PS3's life cycle. The PS2 was still pumping out. Like God of War 2 came out maybe like 06, 07. Odin's Fear was like 06 or 07, maybe even 08. They were pumping out good games after the PS2 was released. Granted, those games would have been in development before the PS3 came out, but like if you were waiting to get a PS3, you could go 2-3 years and still be getting great games for the PS2. Six. I'm sorry, I said a 6 on the G Fuel Power Pellet. Cherry something or other. Lollipop. But yeah, it's just a drink review and rambling a bit. Made its way back to video games, as it seems.